And let's do this. Hello. How's everybody doing out there today? Good to see everybody. How is everyone, or how are everyone? Just kidding. Good to see some folks out there. I know 𝐤𝐚𝐬𝐿 is out there, but she's kind of in here too, and I'm about to go over that in just a second. Actually, I'll go and bring her in now. Any member that wants to come in and join live, you can do that. So I'm going to add her right now. Hello, 𝐤𝐿𝐿. How are you?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Thanks for coming in and help
it's fun.
a little bit. I see one of our super mega members, Bob Baxter's out there. Hey there. Hey, Mert. Look at there. There's Mert out there. How are you? And then we, of course, have Richard, another super mega, and Andrew. William Good. That's right. That's right. Make sure and don't forget to tell us where you're checking in from, country, city, state. And 𝐤𝐿𝐿, where are you located?
I live in the low country of South Carolina on Hilton Head Island. It's a balmy 58 degrees today. It was down at 42 last night. I wish the winter was over.
You're about as far away from me as you possibly can within the state. No, not quite.
Almost. Oh yeah, you're right.
You're right there on the coast, so that's pretty awesome.
About 5 blocks from the Atlantic.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. So today, and we are tinkeringwithtech.net. Also, if you want to, feel free. I'm going to move us over because I like to do this right here. If you go right down here while you're watching, you hit the join button. Come and join us. Join the channel, become a member. That'd be awesome to become a member and be a member. So you can have that little icon next to your name like that too. This is kind of a grab bag today. Just kind of chit-chatting and everything else. And but I figure I start off conversation, but if anybody else wants to add something, feel free to do that. And I think everybody's putting their weather out there. Is that what they're, that's what they're doing? You can bring them up if you want. There you go. What? AKA California. Okay, I'd like to buy a vowel. Yeah. What? Man, all these names. Oh, 43. That is a little. 55. Bright sun here. 80. What in your room?
Isn't a nice, good heater wonderful?
Yes, absolutely. So again, if whatever conversation you guys want to bring up, we'll talk about it. It's no problem. And 𝐤𝐿𝐿, thanks for coming in with me, just so I'm not talking to a wall or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I enjoy this. This is fun because you always bring up good topics, and sometimes I actually have something to contribute.
Well, and I invite all of our super mega ultimate fans, righteous fans, into anytime they want to come on the show and be either a co-host or just come in. You're welcome to do that. And we'll cover the backstage in just a second. But I wanted to ask this today. How many email accounts, just to get things started, how many email accounts do you have? And I'm going to speak for myself first, and then I'll let you interject. But I have 3, but I really only use 2. I mean, technically I have a work one too, but it's kind of tied to our company. But I have one in Gmail, and then I have one in Yahoo that I use for like just getting all my junk mail and stuff. And then I have an old AOL mail that I check like every 6 months. So who knows what it has or does or anything like that. And I hope nobody's trying to reach me on that one, because I really don't know if I answer that. But one thing that's interesting, and the reason I bring this up, is that it was a pretty cool conversation that I heard. I don't know. I was watching some vodcast, I guess you would call it, on YouTube about how come or why do you have? Why are you keeping all of those when one email can suffice with so much technology behind the email itself, why would you have more than one if you can handle, like I said, I put my junk mail or whatever to that one.
Mm-hmm.
You can do labels and all that kind of stuff to filter those and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, go ahead and tell me how many you have, and we'll go from there. If you want. I mean, you can tell me whatever.
I'll share. I have 3 primary that I use. I have 2 others. And for a long time, because I still have AOL, because at the computer club, some of our members have AOL, and I need to help them with that. I don't have the software anymore. I go to their website. It's all on there. I use my secondary, like you said, for junk mail, for subscriptions to newsletters and things. And also I use that if I'm preparing a presentation, I want to use that one instead of my real email. Then I also, because I'm a member of the club, I have 2 emails through our Outlook. We have the Enterprise Edition for Microsoft for the club's business, and so I have those 2 accounts. So I have to plus my Microsoft account. So okay, we're up to close to 10 now.
Wow, that's crazy. That's just crazy.
And also through, I contribute to another organization on the island, and I have access to their Gmail too. So it's, but then again, we have to remind myself that we are a geek.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So you bring up a good point there. So let me ask you a question. Do you have any that you like forward? Like forward to other emails so you get it all in one place, like a POP, I think they used to call it, or IMAP, whatever it is, or whatever. Do you do that?
The POP3 and the IMAP. Yeah. What I have done in the past, but have backed off from that, is I forwarded old Roadrunner account through the local cable company. I had an old Roadrunner account, and I forwarded that to a Gmail account. So everything came to Gmail. But I open each account in a new tab. I don't like to have them all come into one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I just, and it's just easy. And I just click on my avatar in the upper right corner in Gmail, and I have 4 other accounts that I can log on to directly. And then I have to go to Outlook for the other stuff. But for Gmail, that's pretty much it.
Well, and I think one of the reasons that they brought this up was the fact is, why not just have one nowadays? Because you really can just have one and have everything forward to that one and have it come directly into a specific filter, into a label. I'm only using the word label because I use Gmail as my primary. Folder.
Yeah.
Label.
A place to put them until you can get to see them again.
Yeah, exactly. But you can actually filter it and it goes to a specific spot or place. So, I mean, they brought up a good point because I've always used, as I mentioned when I first started, that Yahoo one. I used to throw that. That's all my junk one. If I sign up for something and I need to give an email real quick, that's the one I usually throw it to. That kind of thing. So.
Yeah, and it
was an interesting conversation that they brought up. Anyway.
Again, I know a lot of people use Outlook on Windows and will bring multiple accounts into that.
Yeah, valid
same
point.
Way that you can do that. And I'm glad that we can do that because it becomes what we're comfortable with as far as working with an email program. But I got a couple of comments out here. I like this. This was Andrew's answer to my heater comment. No heater. Just sun. That's an excellent heater. And then Richard says he's only got one email.
Nice.
And then he says, but he probably should have 2.
And that's interesting. Based on what we were just talking about, I'm real curious. Why do you feel like you maybe should have 2? Just it's a good conversation, though. I think it's kind of fun to.
One of the reasons I like having 2 from 2 different services. And this is important is because more and more, especially now with Gmail, account recovery. So I have my primary Gmail account and a lot of other Gmail accounts, but my live.com, which is my Microsoft account, that they become each other's rescue email. Yeah. So that's a really important thing.
That's a great point too. I kind of like that answer. Oh my God, three
And
of
that's
each.
what reminded me was what I saw from Andrew.
Three
Is
each of AOL, Comcast, Yahoo, Gmail that I remember, but some I have to look up. Lord have mercy. Yes. Oh yeah, 6 FISO email addresses. There you go. Yeah. But he also has a multiple personalities anyway. I have at least
true?
5 email accounts. Yeah, 5. That's interesting. It's an interesting topic that gets brought up. Oh, I got one for Microsoft.
You do have 2. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that's excellent. Everybody like that smash. There you go. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Everybody hit that thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Show your support for the channel. Yeah, so for account recovery. There you go. See, that's perfect reason to do it. Yes, exactly. That's what you want it for, really. Yeah. I should have another Gmail for recovery. Well you can look at it that way.
The only thing about having Gmail for recovery is that if it's at all connected to the one that disappears, that could cause issues. I don't know. Isn't it better to have I don't know. I guess that's a question. Is it better to have a?
One thing that I've always said and preached for a long time, but I know not a lot of things are going away, but I'm just saying, what if it does? What if Google just decided no more Gmail? Well, at least you got something somewhere else that you can at least are familiar with and things like that. Even though I doubt that it's going to go away. I mean, it might. You don't ever know. You can't ever say never. That's for sure. Because I didn't think Hangouts would ever go away, to be honest with you. But Hangouts not as crucial as something like Gmail or something like that, because your email that you get is probably more crucial to you or to someone as far as that goes. So
Definitely.
Yes.
What about different different email programs? Because I saw Comcast and
that's interesting, because I know I have
Comcast, AOL, Yahoo, Gmail, Proton Mail, Outlook,
Hotmail.
But Hotmail takes you to Outlook. Hotmail is not a destination anymore. Neither is live.com.
Oh,
is what I got from my Microsoft. It's all funneled into Outlook.
You know, Bell South and Charter and all those all had their own email and stuff too. You know what? I have a Charter email that I haven't looked at in probably 3 years. I have no idea what will happen if I actually went to it. It's really interesting. I never even thought about it, but yeah. That's true, man. There's all kinds out there in there. So they kind of dissipated those or combined those on the Hotmail and the other that you're talking about.
Hotmail, you can still have the address, but you can't go to Hotmail. If you go to Hotmail.com, it'll take you to Outlook.
Gotcha. Yeah. So this is if you lose all Google services, a Gmail recovery won't help. Yeah, if you lose all of them, but if you have one Gmail that's used for the other. Because I know my mom's Gmail, we use each other's phones and Gmail addresses for recovery. So that way I can get to hers and she can get to mine. So,
yeah, if you go to hotmail.com, it does a quick switch to live.com in the address bar and then ends up at outlook.com.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I got you.
And then Thunderbird, yes, but Thunderbird isn't an email service. Thunderbird is like Outlook on your computer. It's a program that the way I've always said it, a program on your computer is like going to the post office. No, it's having your mail delivered by the postman. An online service is like going to the post office, standing at your box, opening it up, looking through your mail, responding to your mail, mailing stuff, leaving the rest of it in there, and going home. So that's the difference between the two types of approaches to email.
Thunderbird was a car.
It is. In fact, the first car I learned to drive was a
well, there you go.
Really nice hardtop Thunderbird my dad had.
Anyway, so there you go. See, we're learning all kinds of stuff. But yeah, do you still have a Thunderbird account on Wonder, Gil? Because that is the topic. Oops, Thunderbird is an email client. There you go.
Yeah, and Mike is agreeing with him. Yeah, it's an app, which is different than a service. That's something people don't understand.
Yeah.
It is, and it's confusing, and I understand that too. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, folks, be sure to put up there how many email accounts do you have and how many do you use or how much are you active on, that kind of thing. And anybody that's watching this later, be sure to put your comments as well, because I'm real curious to hear what you have to say on that. It'd be really cool to hear that. Now, if anybody else wants to talk about anything else, feel free to do that. I'm going to go grab something because I'm going to show you a little bit of what we're going to do in the backstage pass. Go ahead, John.
Ooh, surprises.
Yes, indeed. I got a new toy. My first car was a 49 Chevy Fleetline with a vacuum shift. What? So no speed shifting with that. Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
John has 4 emails.
There you go. Nice. Okay.
And Gil, 2 Bill South and a Gmail.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Oh man. And it gets confusing, and it is
something
to be able to.
Correct.
Yeah. And do you focus on each one individually, or do you conglomerate them all together into one big ball of stuff?
Yeah. How crazy is that? Mine was a 40. There you go. All right. So let me show you, folks. Got a new toy today, and I'm going to do a unboxing. I already started. I already cut it, but I'm going to do an unboxing in the backstage pass with the community members. So got a new Chromebook. Got rid of my old Chromebook or the new old one, the old new one, the new one that I got before. Couple reasons why. Here's what my thinking was, and I got it and I used it for maybe a week or so. Here's where my process and thought process was: too big, too heavy, for one thing. I wanted something that I could just carry, like my Pixel book. I was spoiled with my Pixel book, and so that's why I went to that. So it was too big. It was cool that it had the keypad, but the keypad and my big fat fingers, it scrunched everything together, and it drove me crazy. I just could not get used to it, and I didn't want to get used to it just because it was so heavy and stuff, and it was a lot longer too because it was obviously a bigger one with a bigger screen and all that kind of stuff. The other thing is it had the little gaming. It has like what is that? ESD and F or X or something like that. That on the keyboard. Yeah, something like that. Whatever it is. And it was like a mental thing because I have to look at the keyboard. I never learned typing, so I'm constantly looking down and up when I'm typing. So for me, it was almost a distraction. So that you know what? I know I'm weird, but I figured I turned 60 this year, so I want it to be how I want it and what I want. The other thing is it's hard for me to get used to, and I think all of them have this. And I have to go look at my Pixel book had a glass touchpad that it was really easy to just kind of tap without having to push down to actually tap to select something. So I'm real curious. I'm sure it's probably going to be the same way with this one because none of them were that good. And I really miss that. So Google, if you're listening at all, usually everybody always says Google's listening to you. I hope they are in this particular case because I really would like that Pixel book to come back and have something like that. So anyway, I hope this is much easier or I'm able to change the setting. I'm going to look into some of that kind of stuff and try and figure out how to do some of that to make that. So anyway, that's what we're going to do in the backstage pass. We're going to wrap this up here pretty much in just a little bit. All of the members know that. Okay. Use Spark email client app to keep the top 20 email accounts all organized. Wow. That's interesting. So there's an actual app.
Another like Thunderbird would be a computer app. Now,
really?
I'd be interested if that's because Mike is an Apple user, a Mac user. Is that a Mac only, or is it cross-platform?
That's a good point too. I never thought about that.
Richard.
What did Richard say?
Top your 60, Michael. Okay. 20 in a few days.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday, Richard.
There you go. That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, similar to Thunderbird. Okay.
Excellent.
I'm going to put the link out there for the community members for the backstage pass. You guys know where it is. It's in there. in our normal spot under and in the tinkering chat. So you're welcome to join there and come into the backstage pass. John, thanks for coming in and joining with me today.
Thank you for inviting any of us, all of us.
I invited everybody. So yeah. So don't forget, come in, hit the join button right down here and join the community. So when we put up your comment, just like we did here, there you go. You can see the little symbol right next to his name. I don't know if you can see that's over there, but you can see the symbol. That means that they're a member of our community. So yeah, so come join. We would love to have you. Thank you very much, everybody that's watching. Anybody that's watching in the future, be sure to tell me anything about the emails that we talked about earlier. How many you have? How many do you actually use? That kind of conversation. We'll have those same kind of conversations in the backstage pass. And then we'll also do a little bit of a reveal here to see what the new Chromebook looks like. So yeah, it should be fun. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. And we'll see you over there for sure as well. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, I got a guest. I'm not sure. I've been trying to get one for a couple of weeks here. I think I have one, but we'll see if we can get it tied down to next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye, all. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.